Welcome back to fans, Lazygamer here. In this last video of our sky texture trilogy, let's add a custom skybox texture instead of using sky 1 to sky 4. I'm going to use skybox 11 from my custom skybox pack, link in the description, but you can use whatever texture you want. Also, while I love to use PK3s for custom stuff, that is a bit beyond the scope of this tutorial. So for now, I'm just going to add the custom textures to the tutorial WOD itself. I hope you got Slate ready, so let's get started. So, let's close this and open tutorial WOD. This is how it looks. We have map 1 for the most part is all we have done. We have different stuff that you shouldn't touch unless you know what you're doing. And map, and then I have map 2 because of reasons. Now, when you add custom stuff in your WOD, you can really just put it in here willy-nilly, but I would like to have some sort of sorter system. So let's go up to new entry. And this is just going to be something you put things in between, like things here, and map sort of thing. So text, and we add one more, and text. Like so, and this will only hold 8 letters, so there we go. Now for how to add your custom texture, you could go import file. If you know where you have stuff, just find the one you want. In this case, I will add my Skybox 11, like I said, and drag it in. I want this texture to be within these two sorting thingies. So go up here, there are arrows, move up or move down. Just move it up once so it's within these two things. Control S to save. It is no longer green, which means it has been added to your WOD, or my WOD in this case. There's a few things we'd want to do. First thing should probably be going down to graphics and find isn't it there? It's been a while. Optimize PNG. Now we can't do that without finding those 3 files we downloaded in the video about downloading Slade. So if you did that, we can do it. If we didn't, you can't watch the video on how to do it. We click it, and it's gonna take a few maybe minutes. Let's see if the number gets any smaller. I have compressed it quite well within Photoshop in any case, but just note that this can take some time depending on your computer. Yep, so it didn't change much, but every bit counts, right? Control S again to save. Still, we cannot use this as is in Ultimate Doom Builder. We will need to add it to a few lists. We don't have those lists yet, so add to textures, and since we don't have one, it will ask you to make one. I'm going to make a Z-Doom textures. We're going to put it into the same area as within these things. And since it didn't actually do what we wanted, we are going to add it once more. Now it has been added. We're also going to add it to patch tables, which we are also going to put there. You might feel like I'm a bit nitpicky about all this, but if you had 15, 16 maps and custom 30 custom sounds and 15 custom textures and all that, it adds up. It becomes a long list. So having some sort of sorting system so you can find where it is could be useful. So even if it's not that big of a file, just do it like that. Anyway, now we can use this in the editor. However, my file is a more HD texture. It is much larger than the normal textures in game, so it will look huge when we put it in. So we should do some additional things to it. We can go to texture editor, select our file, and do some change scale stuff here. Okay, let's do that. Mine will scale by 4. Yours might differ, so you need to be certain of just about what scale you need. Click save here, and then our yes, we want to do that. Now go back and you will see some new text has been added here. X scale 4, Y scale 4. Now if you know what you're doing, you could just type that in here or copy paste it from somewhere. So you don't have to go in here and do it each time. Just note that you might need to do that, or you might not need to do that. It's not optional if you need it, but if you don't, you don't. Your mileage may vary. Anyway, we have now added all we need. We have now done all we needed for this texture. If you add more textures, you need to do the same with that. You don't need a new texture, or or patch name if you have one already. Just click and add to them, and there will be more textures in here and more stuff in here. Anyway, let's go to our editor and see if we might get a new sky. Now we want to change this to our custom texture. This is like we changed the sky texture in the beginning. So in the first custom or changing Skybox texture. So we'll just go into the script editor and we're going to just change the name. You have to remember the name. In my case, it's Skybox 11. Remember to compile. Make sure it compiles with no errors. We can now close the script editor and we're really done. When we go into the map, we will now see our custom texture. My custom texture, whatever. So before we go in and see if it works, well, of course it does. This has been your host, the Lazygamer, logging off. Bye, guys.